Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome back to TAFSEER with me, your host Maulana FAREED. And inshallah, we'll be discussing today the purpose of revelation. The purpose of revelation, or why the revelation occurred, which is known in Arabic Asbab al-Nuzul, or in Urdu Shani Nuzul. Alhamdulillah. Now, as I said in the introduction, we have two types of verses. And now I would like studio to please put up, yes, two types of verses. We have two types of verses from the Holy Quran. And you can see from this diagram, the two types of verses, one specific or general guidance. General guidance are derived from these verses, and this other types of verses, specific incident or purpose. The certain verses are coded for a specific incident or purpose or relation or with regards to a specific incident or purpose. And certain verses are with regards to general guidance for the awam, for the normal people, for the community, for human being. And all this together, those which has specific intent or purpose is considered to be asbab in nuzul. And asbab in nuzul, which means purpose of revelation. Alhamdulillah. With this chart, we have a better, clearer understanding of what is going to be discussed. So, two types of verses. There are two types of verses of the Holy Quran. One type is that which Allah Almighty revealed at the beginning of revelation, and it is not consistent with a specific incident or purpose. It is not relating to a specific incident or purpose. You have two types of verses. One, Allah Almighty revealed at the beginning of revelation, and it is not consistent with a specific purpose or intent. And it is solely revealed for the guidance of creation or mankind or human being. These verses are solely or main purpose are for guidance to mankind. And these verses are many. You find many verses like this in the Holy Quran. I will say again so that we can absorb this information. Two types of verses. First, we have the first type of the two types of verses are those verses which were revealed in the beginning of revelation, and they are not consistent with any specific reason or purpose or intent. And it was solely revealed for the guidance of mankind. And these verses are many. The second type of verses are those verses which are consistent with specific incident or purpose. These verses that are consistent with specific incident or purpose, or if, for example, response to a question. These verses, according to the commentators, these reasons or incidents are called asbab in nuzul or shani nuzul. Allahu Akbar. Now, we have the second type of verses, and there are these verses which are consistent with a specific incident or purpose. And, for example, responding to a question posed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And according to the commentators or the persons who are qualified to comment on the Holy Quran, the mufassireens, they give these reasons are called asbab al-nuzul, the purpose of revelation. In few incidents, one verse has many or numerous reasons. You'll find in the Holy Quran, one verse of the Holy Quran possesses, or you'll find that one verse comes with many, many reasons, or numerous reasons, uncountable amount of reasons why it was revealed. And in some instance, due to one reason or one purpose, you will find many verses are revealed. Allahu Akbar. This is the wisdom of the Holy Quran. You'll find in some incidents, you will find that many numerous verses relating to one specific purpose, or you will find many numerous reasons or specific purpose are revealed to one verse. Allahu Akbar. Now, according to this, we will find that, and inshallah, I will like to present to you, the viewing audience, some examples of the Holy Quran to relate better with what I am saying, inshallah. But before I go to this, listen at the words of Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Adelvi. He said in Fawz al-Kabir, fi usul al-Tafseer, there are stories and narrations related by the scholars of Hadith that are found in the books of the Quran, or commentary of the Quran, that communicate the various occasions and reasons for which verses of the Quran are revealed. And these occasions and reasons for revelation can be classified or grouped in two types. Allahu Akbar. So inshallah, we will go into this, and to understand this, the benefits. What are the benefits derived from knowing the purpose of revelation? What are such benefits? What can we as the layman who did not study Quran, who did not went to madrasa or university, who is not fluent in the Arabic language, what benefits can we derive or attain by knowing the purpose of revelation? Indeed, yes, we can attain benefits because, as I said in the beginning of the program, people are misquoting the Quran and quoting it out of context. They are misquoting the Quran, using the wrong verses for the wrong situation, and this is due to lack of knowledge. At this time, I will ask you to put up slide number 3, where we discuss the benefits of Asbab-i-Nuzul. Asbab-i-Nuzul, as I said, means the purpose of revelation. Now, look at this verse in question, Surah Baqarah, verse 115 of the Holy Quran. Allah Almighty states, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَشْرِقُ وَالْمَغْرِبُ فَأَيْنَمَا تَوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ تَوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ Allahu Akbar. It translates, and to Allah belongs the east and the west. So wherever you might turn, there is the face of Allah. Wherever you might turn, you will find the presence of Allah or the face of Allah. Allah belongs, to Him belongs the east and the west. Now this verse in question, it is apparently understood from this verse of the Holy Quran that for human beings, we can, wherever we wish, we can turn our faces in worship to Allah. Wherever we wish, we can turn our faces to Allah. For He says, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَشْرِقُ وَالْمَغْرِبُ فَأَيْنَمَا تَوَلَّوْا فَأَيْنَمَا تَوَلَّوْا. Turn your face to wherever you will find Him. So from this verse, the apparent meaning, or if someone did not study, they can derive understanding from it, that from this verse we can turn our face and worship Allah everywhere we want, wherever we may be, whether we are on travels or we are muqim, we are resident of a place, we can turn our face wherever we want. It is not wajib to turn our face towards the Qibla to perform salah. However, the correct meaning of this verse can only be obtained from the Shani Nuzul, from the purpose of revelation. When we look at this verse in question, put back the verse in question, studio, chapter 2, verse 150. When you look at this verse in question, just by reading it, one may say, I can turn my face wherever I wish and worship Allah, because there I'll find the presence of Allah, I'll find the face of Allah. So we may say it is not wajib for us to turn our face towards the Qibla and perform salah. Wherever we wish, we can turn our face. Now, this is an incorrect understanding that can be derived. But the correct understanding or meaning from this verse can only be derived from knowing the purpose of revelation. Now, Allama Alusi writes, Hazrat Ibn Umar states, this verse in question was revealed with regards to salah of a traveler. Allahu Akbar. This verse was revealed with regards to the traveler, the salah or namaz of a traveler, and salah upon a transport or conveyance. When you are upon a transport, for example, horse, a steed, you're mounted, or conveyance, this verse is revealed pertaining to this. Meaning, during travels, the permission is given for the performance of nafil salah. Performance of nafil salah, there is permission. You can pray nafil salah while you're transported in a vehicle or in a conveyance of whatever method of conveyance. In whichever direction that transport is going or conveyance is moving, in whichever direction, you can perform your salah. It is not necessary that that conveyance or that transport is turned towards or facing towards the Qibla. You can perform nafil salah. It is not necessary that that method of transportation, the vehicle that you are being transported in, is facing towards the Qibla. Now, Hazrat Ibn Umar is mentioning this, and understand this. Likewise, if the entire time of salah you are going to be spent on a train, you're going to spend your entire time of salah. For example, let's take from the time of Zohar time until Asr, that entire time period, or even before Zohar, you will be spending that time on a train, and that train is not going to stop. It has no stop. It is non-stop, and it's moving at a high speed. And you find these situations occur like in Europe or in India, Pakistan, or different countries where the train system, the journey on the train is very long, hours. So one might find their time for salah is leaving, and they would not perform the salah. Hence, to perform the fard salah on that method of conveyance or transport, the train, it will become permissible in the direction, whatever direction the train is traveling. It is not necessary that that train should be traveling towards the face, facing towards the Qibla. Your face is not towards the Qibla in whatever. Suppose the train is traveling towards north and the Qibla is towards the east. So do you understand? So now from this verse in question, we can say you don't have to turn towards the Qibla, but only by understanding the Shani Nuzul of this verse, we can implement the correct understanding or mafhum from this. Now Hazrat Jabir narrates that this verse was revealed due to a certain nation, a certain qawm, a certain nation, people during a certain battle. They became doubtful of the direction of the Qibla because the battle occurred during nightfall or during night or in darkness, and they did not know which direction is the Qibla. So they, the narration states, they turned towards either the north or south and they performed salah. Now when morning came, or they were worried because they saw the direction in which the sun rise, and they were worried whether their salah was accepted or not. They became worried. So now, having seen the sunrise, they know which direction they turned. So they were worried whether their salah was accepted or not. Hence, this verse was revealed in the Holy Quran. So you see, we cannot just take this verse now and want to implement and say, hey, it's not necessary to turn towards the Qibla. No, you can turn wherever you want and perform salah. No, you cannot. We cannot incorporate this understanding just like that. We need to understand the purpose of revelation, and hence this verse or this example which I present to you is one example whereby knowing the purpose of revelation was very effective or efficient in understanding or implementing the meaning of this verse. Now, second verse in question, and I'll ask the slide to put up the second verse in question. But before we go to the second verse, I think we shall take a break, and then we will return. We will continue with this program. Let's take a break.